Welcome to the Genaray PX-MOD 3 RGB panel. This quick start instructional video will introduce you to the PX-MOD 3 control panel and its 5 operating modes. First, let's review the panel's simple layout. This light runs on AC power or with 2 NPF batteries. The power switch is on the rear panel and has 3 positions: battery, AC, and off. On the back panel, you'll see the adjustment dial, the mode button, and 3 function buttons. On the front, the 4-way barn doors are removable. The yoke can be mounted onto a 5/8" stud, which is also called a baby pin. The following sections of this video will show you how to access and adjust all the panel's operating modes. CCT mode. Press the mode button to cycle through the modes until CCT appears in the upper left corner. Color temperature is measured in kelvins, which is why you'll see the letter K after the number. This mode has 2 options: color temperature and dimming. Dim, in the center of the screen, shows the brightness. Turn the adjustment dial to the brightness level you need. Press the function button below CCT. The CCT setting displays at the center of the screen, and dim has now moved over the left function button. Now you can turn the adjustment dial to change the color temperature. A graphics slider appears at the bottom of the screen when you adjust the color temperature and dimming. HSI mode. Press the mode button to cycle through the modes until HSI appears at the top left corner of the screen. HSI mode uses the panel's RGB LEDs to select any color or hue on the color wheel and adjust its saturation and intensity, or dimming. Dim appears at the center of the screen. Turn the adjustment dial to change the light's brightness. Press the appropriate function button to switch to the hue screen. Hue is expressed in 0 to 360 degrees. The function buttons show the presets for red, green, and blue, which are 0, 120, and 240 degrees. For all other hues, turn the adjustment dial to set the hue to the precise value you need. While you're adjusting the hue, a graphics slider appears at the bottom of the screen for 2 seconds. Press the Sat function button to set the hue's saturation. When the saturation is at 100%, you see the pure color. As you turn the adjustment dial to lower the saturation level, the color becomes white. A graphics slider appears at the bottom of the screen that represents the beam's color. Press the Dim function button to return to the brightness display. Gel mode. Press the mode button until gel appears at the top left corner of the screen. In gel mode, the light mixes its RGB WW LEDs and accurately produces one of 48 industry standard gels. Turn the adjustment dial to select one of the 48 gels. Press the Dim function button and use the adjustment dial to set the panel's brightness. EFX mode. Press the mode button to cycle through the modes until EFX appears at the upper left corner. The panel comes with 10 built-in animated effects, so you can add a touch of realism and drama to your videos. For a full description of each effect and their editable parameters, see the user manual that's included with the panel. Use the adjustment dial to select one of the effects. Press the adjustment dial to play the effect. Press the adjustment dial again to pause the effect. Each effect has editable parameters that appear above the 3 function buttons. Press the appropriate function button of the effect you want to edit. The parameter and values will appear on the center of the screen. Change the value with the adjustment dial. The effect will pause while you adjust the value. After 2 seconds, the effect name will return to the center of the screen. Press the adjustment dial to resume playing the effect. Pixel Mode. Press the Mode button until PXL appears at the top left corner of the screen. When Pixel Mode is selected, the last pixel effect that was chosen automatically begins to play. Pixel Mode uses the full RGB capabilities of the panel to display effects on up to 16 zones, or pixels. Press the adjustment dial to highlight the effect name of one of the 7 pixel effects. Then, turn the adjustment dial to scroll to the desired effect. The effect will automatically play when it's selected. To edit a pixel effect, press the adjustment dial to deselect the effect name. Turn the adjustment dial to scroll through the effect's parameters. When the parameter you want to edit is highlighted, press the adjustment dial. Then, turn the adjustment dial to change the parameter value. Press the adjustment dial to save the setting and deselect the parameter. The panel will play the pixel effect with the new parameter value. To change the number of zones or pixels the panel is divided into, press the Mode button until Set appears at the top left corner of the screen. In the Settings menu, turn the adjustment dial to scroll down to Pixel Settings. Press the Function button below the pixel parameter. Turn the adjustment dial to select 1, 2, 4, 8, or 16 pixels. The system parameter should be set to off. If it isn't, press the Function button beneath it and turn the adjustment dial and set the parameter to off. Press the Mode button to cycle back to Pixel Mode. All the pixel effects will now play over the number of pixels you selected. Modular Pixel Setup. Modular Pixel Setup allows you to run pixel effects concurrently or sequentially over multiple panels in your system. This segment will walk you through the system setup needed to harness the power of the panel's modular capabilities. To review how to select and edit a panel effect, go to the previous segment on Pixel Mode. Press the Mode button until Set appears at the top left corner of the screen. This is the Global Settings menu, and all of the menu options are described in the user manual. An important note before we begin. The following settings need to be made on all the panels in your system. It's best to plan out how you want the effect to play over multiple PX-MOD 3 lights before you start programming the individual panels. For this operation, turn the adjustment dial and scroll down to the Pixel Setting menu. Press the Pixel Function button and use the adjustment dial to set the number of pixels that the panel will display. Select 1, 2, 4, 8, or 16. All connected panels do not need to be set to the same number of pixels. Next, press the System Function button. Turn the adjustment dial to set the total number of pixels in your multi-light setup. For example, a multi-light system with 3 panels that are each set to 8 pixels would have a system size of 24 pixels. Finally, press the Index Function button to set each panel's address in a multi-light setup. Pixels play in consecutive order from the lowest number to the highest. The index indicates the panel's starting and ending pixel number. When the panels are triggered by the RGB app, the pixels will play in numerical order and will continue to repeat without pausing. For example, in our 3-light setup, where each light is set for 8 pixels, the first light in the series will be set to pixels 1 to 8. The second light in the series will be set to pixels 9 to 16. The third light in the series will be set to pixels 17 to 24. Once again, remember that this setup process must be performed on each panel in your system. For more detailed instructions on setting up a multi-light system, please refer to the user manual that came with the light.